What's up guys, I'm very welcoming you to this new Lumafusion tutorial. You've already seen today's topic in the preview. We are going to create this lower third for YouTube with the animated cursor which clicks on the like button, subscribe button and the bell, so every viewer don't miss us to do this. So please do this right away under this video. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. There's just one thing I want to mention. If you are a bit lazy, you can find this lower third in my Lumafusion Ultimate bundle and as a standalone download on my Selfie page. Links are down there in the description box. And if you already own the bundle, just update it and you will receive the lower third. But now we are jumping right into the tutorial. Before we are starting with the project itself, I want to quickly show you how you can download the needed icons for the lower third. Therefore, go to my Selfie store. Link is in the description down below. Click Add to Cart and then insert your email address like so. Click on Continue and you will receive an email with the download link. So now open your email program, in my case G Drive. And there's the email. See View Your Order. Just click on it, open in Safari and click on the download button, then on the share button and save to files. Click on my iPad and save. Then open your files, go to on my iPad and there's the zip folder, just click on it to unzip it. And now you can delete the zip file itself. Open the folder and just save all the images to your Photos app. Once done, you will find the icons in your Photos app. Just open it and they are under your recent photos. And please keep in mind, this is totally free, so you don't have to pay anything. So now back to Captain Obvious. If you haven't noticed it yet, our today's topic is the YouTube lower third with the animated buttons for like, subscribe and the bell. So maybe you could do it right now at my channel or under this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to activate the bell to don't miss any video in future. But now let's start right away by creating a new project. Let's simply call it YouTube lower third and open the project. We will start first by dragging a background into our project because it's just easier to see what we are doing if we have a nice background. And now to the first step, and this is to create an overlay title and lengthen it to 6 seconds straight. So be precise. And please keep in mind, this is a 60 FPS timeline in my case. Delete the text and add a shape with the plus, and we are choosing the rounded rectangle. And now just resize it so it has to be somehow slimmer and wider. And to place it right in the middle down below, we can use the useful button on the top. Just click on the arrow down below and now it's centered. Change the color to black and reduce the opacity to 50 so we can separate the lower third nicely to the background. Once this is done, we can start to build up our lower third from left to right. The first step is to add the channel icon, therefore click on the plus button and add image. Now there's a import image button on the right side in the middle. Click on it to select an image from your Photos app. I've prepared a nice round channel icon and this is what you have to do for yourself, because the round ones just look like the ones on YouTube and this is nice. Now resize it and drag it to the right position as shown in the example. The next element is the text box with the subscribe and exclamation mark. So we are writing this into the text box. We are adding subscribe with capital S and exclamation mark at the end. And we have to change the font, of course, to make it look more nicely. And we will use Helvetica Neue Condensed Bold. And now we have to change the size in order to make it fit into our lower third. So the size will somehow be like shown in the example. To the next element right away. This will be your YouTube link, so don't just copy mine, use your YouTube link in this case. And of course, oh, there's a mistake. Autocorrector kicked in. So quickly change that if this happens to you as well. It has to look like a standard URL, so small letters. And of course, also change the size and the font to Helvetica Neue Condensed Bold. And it just has to fit the boundaries of the subscribe text above, so it just shouldn't be wider than that. And drag it to the position as shown in the video. It's easier to use the sliders if you have to do minor changes. Just be as precise as possible, but we will rearrange the elements afterwards anyway once we've added all of them. Now this looks great. The next elements will be the thumb up and thumb down. As you might think yourself, we just simply have to add the icons we've downloaded first. Just click on the plus button and add another image. And this image will be the thumb up. So we only have thumb up and not thumb down because the thumb down is a thumb up rotated by 180 degrees. Again, like before, click on import image, select the white thumb up. It's hardly to see in this case, but will be this one. Change the size so it's fairly small, just don't make it too big. And it's easier to drag around with the sliders because it's quite small. And make sure you have a little gap between the text and the thumb. So maybe like this somehow. And make sure it's right in the middle of the lower third. Let's make it a bit smaller. And now what we can do is either import another thumb up and change it or rotate it, or we can simply duplicate the thumb we've already imported. So let's delete the layer and duplicate the imported thumb. Slide it to the right, not down, just to the right, so like this, and rotate it to 180 degrees, so it's a thumb down now. And this looks already pretty good. The next element is the subscribe button we want to animate. Therefore, we are adding simply another text box and just write subscribe with capital letters. And of course, we will change the font in this one as well to Helvetica Neue Condensed Bold. Now change the size so it fits nicely into our lower third and change the color to red. So pretty much like this. Now there's just one element missing, and this will be the bell itself. So therefore we are adding another image layer and importing the white bell. And of course, like before, we have to change it in size so it fits nicely into our lower third. So as you notice, the steps are repeating itself. And now arrange it so it looks quite nice like this. The final step is just to rearrange all the icons and elements so that they are perfectly in the middle of the lower third and have the right gaps in between each other. You could follow my example for this one. Now, once this is done and everything looks perfect, like in my example, of course, everything is perfect what I am doing. Now it looks quite nice. There's just one thing we have to do, and this is the in and out animation of the whole lower third, and we are doing this right away. You will notice later why we are doing this now. And therefore we are going to frame and fit, and we are adding a keyframe at the first frame and one at 30 frames, so half a second. Please keep in mind 60 FPS timeline. If you have a 30 FPS timeline, this would be 15 frames, but I would recommend doing it in 60 FPS. And the third keyframe we have to add at 20 frames. At 30 frames, this will be our final position like it is now. And at 20 frames, we are doing a slightly shift down until the lower third hits the border of the total framing. We are doing this two-step animation because we want to let the acceleration like fade out into the frame, so a faster movement at the beginning and a slower at the end, so it looks much smoother this way. And we have of course do the same thing at the end, just the opposite way. Just follow my example to see the steps. This looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Now to the next step, and this will be the cursor. For the cursor, we are simply adding the icon as an image. Just quickly find the image. Too many files on my iPad, so drag and drop it into your timeline and change the length to 6 seconds. Now double tap to animate it and to change it. First, of course, we have to change the size. Let's find a nice size, maybe let's say 3 or 3.2. No, that's too big. I would say it's always a little try and find the right size. Let's have a look at 3, or maybe to do 2.5. Yes, this looks quite nice. So just in your example, do the size 2.5 and that will be the right size. Now we have to animate it. Therefore, we'll add a lot of keyframes, and what you have to do is just simply follow my steps. I won't talk while doing this. It's pretty clear what we are doing. So we just move the cursor around and do click animations.
just a dream. I'm still waiting for a different sign, waiting for someone to take me away, get these thoughts off my mind. I lie awake, thinking of you, hoping that you are thinking of me too. I cannot sleep without you by me, and I miss you, I miss you, I miss you.
So this is it with the cursor, and now it was a lot of keyframing, but it's totally worth it. I think it looks awesome. The final step to do is to animate the elements in the lower third. So if you click on the thumb up, it has to change color. If you click on subscribe, it has to change color. And if you click on the bell, it of course has to change color. And this is pretty simple actually. So what we are doing, we are going to the points where the cursor hits or the click is animated. So this should be at 1.4 seconds, and we are cutting the lower third. And what we're doing, we simply exchange the white thumb up with the blue one. And this is it. That's all we have to do. The settings will be the same. So once the mouse cursor clicks, the thumb is blue. And we are doing the same with the subscribe button. Therefore, we are going to the point where the cursor clicks, and this will be 2:34. And we are cutting the lower third again. And we are just simply changing the color from red to white. And let's have a look. Click, click. Oh, looks nice. And now the last one, which will be the bell. For the bell, not only the color changes, but we've also got this sound symbols around it. But same principle, just change the icon. And that's almost it. It is it with the creation of the whole thing. Now we have to save it as a proper file, and therefore we just will delete the background. Therefore, simply activate the multi-selection tool and select all the layers except the background and copy them and paste them at the end like this, and then delete everything and drag them to the beginning. And now we can start exporting the file, and we will export it as an alpha file with transparency in, of course, full HD and high quality. And we are doing this because we can now simply drag it into our projects and it won't have a background or so. I will quickly show it to you. So now we've got a background element. We go to videos, and the latest video should be our lower third. Yes, drag it into the timeline and let's have a look. Yeah, looks quite as we wanted it to look. Now, thank you very much for your attention. There's just one thing to do, and this is what we've done today. Please give this video a thumb up, subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to don't miss any video in future. And as mentioned in the beginning, you can download this lower third and all my other presets I've done, and it's tons of transitions, intros, and so on, sound effects. All you will need for Lumafusion in my Lumafusion Ultimate Bundle. The link to the Ultimate Bundle is down below in the description. Just go and check it out. I think it's totally worth it. And of course, there are updates coming like this one, for example, and they are free. So once you've bought it, you will get all the updates for free, and it's pretty simple to use. Thank you very much, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.